Hi there, students. Okay, this is a report for the Cambridge Advanced Writing for part 2. So, Cambridge Advanced Writing, a report, C1 writing. Word count, 280 words plus or minus 15 words. You've just finished a 3-week study and work program in an English-speaking country. You studied English language in the mornings and worked for a local company in the afternoons. The program organizer has asked you to write a report about your experience. In your report, you should evaluate the program, explaining which part of the program was more useful, and suggest changes you would recommend for next year's program. Write your report. So, Program Evaluation Report. That's great title. The main objective of this report is, on one hand, to highlight those aspects of this study and work program that, in my opinion and experience, have been very useful during my 3-week stay in an English-speaking country. So, I like this. The main objective of this report is, on one hand, to highlight those aspects of this study and work program that, in my opinion, I guess I might prefer to use have been very useful during my 3-week stay in an English speaking country. And on the other hand, on one hand, am I going to put a full stop there? I think I'm just gonna let this run. And on the other hand, to underline too those other facets that I found of little or no use for the participants in this program, and which would be necessary to improve from the next year and onwards. Okay, to underline, I think this too, and on the other hand, you've already said two, you don't need it, and to underline those facets that I found of little or no use for the participants in this program, and which I would say it would be necessary to improve from the next year and onwards. To improve for next year and onwards. I think I'm going to leave out the and onwards because it doesn't fit very nicely. It would be necessary to improve for next year. It's a pretty good first paragraph. It's not bad. In relation to the parts of the study and work program that are most useful, the following would stand out. You could use would. I'm happier with the following ideas. The following things stand out. So, study and work program. We've already had study and work program various times. In relation to the parts of the program, the parts of the course that are most useful, the following stand out. Combination of both group and one-to-one classes, which allows, which permits, which enables teachers to pay attention to the specific needs of each student during morning classes. So this during the morning's classes you've tacked on again. The following stand out. So let's add a bit more to this. During morning classes, I was impressed by the combination. So during morning classes, I was impressed by the combination of both group and one-to-one, which enabled teachers to pay attention to the specific needs of each student. Incorporation of only a single Spanish-speaking participant to the staff of local companies, avoiding the use of Spanish language during the working day. Of only a single Spanish participant to the I was also impressed by the incorporation of a I was also impressed by the incorporation of only a single Spanish-speaking participant. Okay, yeah, I get the idea of this. To the staff. So, how do we say this better? You're trying to say that only one Spanish person was sent to the company, which meant that the Spanish people couldn't talk to each other in Spanish during the day. By the incorporation of only a single Spanish-speaking participant, So, participant, student. I was also impressed by the incorporation of only a single Spanish-speaking student to the staff of local companies, avoiding the use of the Spanish language during the working day. With regard, so yes, I was also impressed by yeah, it'll do. With regard to those parts of the study and work program that needed to be improved, the following should be highlighted. Oh, fine. To provide participants in the program with the possibility of increasing the number of daily or weekly one-to-one classes, even if this implies an increase in the final price. Should be highlighted. It would be beneficial to provide participants in the program, we don't need it, it's too much, with the possibility of increasing the number of daily or weekly one-to-one classes, even if this implies an increase in the final price. That sounds fine. To adjust the time that classes end in the morning or the time that work begins in the afternoon, to provide at least 1 hour of free time that allows participants in the program to eat and get around from class to work. I would recommend adjusting the time that classes end in the morning or the time that work begins in the afternoon, to provide at least 1 hour of free time comma, as that would allow participants in the program to eat and get from class to work. Good. Provide program participants with the possibility of moving to another local company in those cases in which it is detected that the company has them working alone and therefore without the possibility of practicing the language. These types of companies should be removed from the program for successive years. Okay. The course must provide, let's find another word for this, attendees with the possibility of transferring to another local company in those cases in which the company has them working alone and therefore without the possibility of practicing the language. These types of companies should be removed from the program for successive years. Good. Okay, this one is definitely the best so far. I think you're good at these reports, and I would strongly suggest you writing a report when you actually take the exam. I think that's going to be to your advantage because you're quite good at it. So let's see. Content. Have you completed the task? Did you answer the question? You should evaluate the program, explain which parts of the program were more useful, and suggest changes. I think you've answered this really very well. I think I'm going to give you probably 4 out of 5 for the content. It has included everything. This is quite good. Communicative achievement. The writing is appropriate for the task. I think the writing is particularly appropriate for the task. I like the way you've set this out. I'm pretty sure you have experience actually writing reports, and I like the way you've written this. You've used the right style, the right register. The writing is suitable. Um, 3, 4, 3, 4. I'm going to give it a 3. Um, okay, so that's communicative achievement. Organization. The writing is coherently organized. Okay, yes, it's quite coherently organized. Um, I think with when you start to make these bullet points, if you can make these bullet points as full sentences, to me it reads better. The ideas are clearly connected, very definitely. It's easy to follow. The organizational features are pretty good. 3 out of 5. Vocabulary and grammar. There's a reasonable range of vocabulary and grammar. Um, I think you use this word participants or uh, or participants in the program. You use that too much, and you need to find um, more synonyms for things. Language used 3, 4, 3, 4. I'm probably going to give you a 3 again. Let's see. This writing is more than just a bare pass. I think I would probably give this one overall maybe a B minus. I'm quite happy with this one. For me, this essay shows an improvement. So, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Cambridge Advanced Writing, a report.